Hello everyone, Cap here, and welcome back to some more Mechabellum. The new patch is here, and I had my first match that was actually influenced by the new patch, because I ended up getting and picking mass-produced melting points. So let me show you. I'm starting as Quick Supply Specialist with Fangs and Stormcallers. By the way, I'm picking Quick Supply Specialist, and I pick it basically every time I see it, because if I get offered a elite card in round 2, with a little bit of saved up money, I will be able to then also buy a level 3 unit in round 2 if I get offered that or one of the cards. So that's why I'm picking Quick Supply, because it could be really fun and also really strong if that works out. But it hasn't worked out yet. Let's get into this match though. My opponent's starting with Fangs and Sledgehammers. Kind of positioning standard, for me at least standard, with my Stormcallers in front of my tower and some Fangs right left to catch missiles in the future, and also some Crawlers I added behind the tower to trickle in. Not sure if I checked my opponent's starting SPC, but maybe we will find out at some point. Opponent added Crawlers. Far right, far left in the back. My Fangs and Crawlers doing a good job at distracting, but not quite enough against so many tanks. My Stormcaller is not able to take them out quickly enough. My opponent is a giant SPC, by the way. Supply Specialist round 2, basically a must pick in my opinion. Round 2 is so early. That is when I definitely also would say there's no reason not to pick it. So round 2, Supply Specialist, really good. Adding some ARCLIGHTs right and left because of the Crawlers that come in a little bit late. That's also the reason why I'm putting the ARCLIGHTs a little bit back, a little bit further back than I would normally do. Just so they don't get into the fight too early, so they don't get taken out by the Sledgehammers. I want them to still be there when the Crawlers come in. And I also added one more pack of Stormcallers in the middle. I'm still pretending like Missile Interceptor is not a thing. So just put Stormcallers. Opponent going for more Sledgehammers and some Distraction Crawlers in the front. And a Missile, a Sentry, taking out my Fangs there. And my ARCLIGHTs were in a good position, so they are taking out the Crawlers before they get taken out by the Sledgehammers on the left and on the right. So ARCLIGHTs did what they were supposed to. Stormcallers trying to do their job too. They did it on the right actually, but on the left there was an additional pack of Sledgehammers, so not quite enough over there. Nope, not good enough. Mass-produced Sledgehammer I really like, but I don't want to go with mass-produced Sledgehammers against my opponent's Sledgehammers, so I'm skipping. And I'm picking up Phoenix here. And one more ARCLIGHT. Phoenixes right, left, behind the ARCLIGHTs kind of. And they are there to deal with the Sledgehammers obviously. And I'm adding one more ARCLIGHT in the middle to take on the distraction crawlers. $200 left, deciding to just get the health and damage upgrades from the right tower. Distraction crawlers, pretty good. A lot of my missiles missing. Yes, that's why they are called missiles. Anyways, my opponent added 1 marksman, which is actually enough to take on my phoenixes. Already took out my phoenixes on the left, and on the right 2 phoenixes left working on the tanks, but they are taking some shots since they are leveled. And yeah, still not good enough. Was kind of expecting to turn it around this turn, but not quite. Enhancement module, kind of free money. If I decide to upgrade anything, and I want to, yeah, I'm upgrading Stormcallers here. By the way, there's a trick that you could use with selling your units. So you can upgrade them for free with the item and then sell those units. And you get the upgrade cost back, basically, that you didn't pay. So if I sold the Stormcaller now, I would get 300, but I only paid 200 in total. And I'm going for a flank here with phoenixes. I really like this flank. I do that sometimes. When I get the chance, I do it. And my opponent doesn't have anti-air in the flanks, so or near the flanks. So I'm hoping the phoenixes can come in. And phoenixes are really good for this because they are fast and they deal a lot of damage. So they can take out the tower pretty quickly. And I use the mobile beacon so they don't chase the crawlers, but instead go for the towers. And they will shoot the first tower and then go to the second tower right away because of the mobile beacon. And here we go, my opponent went for an Overlord and another marksman there on the right. The Overlord on the left, kind of scary, especially if my phoenixes get stuck on the tanks and everything for too long. My flank came in though, took out the tower, buying me some time. Most things are dead except for the Overlord. And I'm taking the second tower as well, so now it's just the Overlord, 1 tank or something, and the flank worked out, definitely. I think without the flank and without taking out the towers, this round would not have been like this. I wouldn't have won it. Picking up orbital bombardment. Couple of clumped up units here, or at least seems like a good area to target there. Also with the Overlord, can't get protected by barriers. Deciding to sell the Phoenix there. My opponent will put something there, probably some fangs. And I'm adding some fangs myself as distraction, so I want them to come in a little bit later and then tank hopefully Overlord shots and sniper shots, so my phoenixes can take out the tanks in peace and also the Overlord in the end. Getting range on my phoenixes, and also took a credit just so I could put down 2 bubbles because of the orbital bombardment. Expecting my opponent to also pick it. And range on Phoenixes is really important, so they have the upper hand against Overlords and Snipers. My opponent went for the Mothership upgrade on the Overlords, so they are spawning Wasps now. Good call by them. Except for my Fangs, I don't have the best damage for Wasps, and my Phoenixes will get stuck on the Wasps. However, my trickling in Fangs might actually help the Wasps as well, so that's good. Orbital bombardments coming in, taking out my middle, a lot in my middle, and I didn't see what I took out, but definitely not the Overlord. Has too much HP, still alive. However, not a lot else left. Also, they are for some reason targeting the middle and not going for my bubble and my units on the left. So they are chasing that one ARCLIGHT in the middle there. The targeting is kind of awkward in this game sometimes. I don't know why this happens. I feel like they shouldn't have chased my middle units there and should have gone for the bubble and my units in the bubble on the left. But anyways, worked out this round. Adding another bubble in the middle. Could possibly, my opponent could put a sentry there and take out my Stormcallers potentially. And right, also something I wanted to try, so I just did it. I'm not sure if it's the best idea, but whatever. I'm going for the anti-air Wasps. So Wasps with the anti-air upgrade. To take on my opponent's Wasps. Normally I would go Mustangs, but my opponent also has tanks with Mechanical Rage, and yeah, Mustangs into Sledgehammers. Leveled Mechanical Rage Sledgehammers is kind of awkward. And one of the packs I'm putting in the front there, and I'm making use of my mobile beacon that I still have. Let them deal with the crawlers for a little bit and then pull them back so they come in later and can deal with spawned wasps from the overlords. However, my opponent put a sentry there, wanted to take out my stormcallers in the middle, but took out my wasps instead. I think my opponent also took the tank production line and put it on one of his overlords. So there are more sledgehammers coming in now. Phoenixes got a lot of work to do. My trickling in fangs right left were pretty good, by the way, but not quite good enough anymore because of all the spawns. Well, actually on the right side, yeah, I'm winning. On the left it's pretty close. There's one phoenix left and it's actually targeting the overlord, so never mind, I got this. Overlord's down. So it was barely enough. I didn't fully see how much work the wasps actually did. I need to go back over it to see if they did some work, but I'm assuming they did. Here is mass-produced melting point. That card is new. That was introduced with the patch that came in last night. And I'm just picking it, not because it's good here, but because I want to play it. Melting points here are not necessarily good. There are a lot of fangs, there are a lot of crawlers, there are wasps spawning. So a lot of small trash that's very annoying for melting points. Yeah, so this was not necessarily a good play, but rather I wanted to test it. I wanted to try it out anyways. And yeah, now I'm considering, okay, I get cheaper melting points, so what do I actually do with them? What could be good here? And I'm deciding to use them as production factories, kind of. I'm deciding to use them for their tech, and the tech I'm choosing here is crawler spawns. So they will spawn crawlers every, I think, 30 seconds or something, And crawlers could be decent here. Some distraction to buy my phoenixes some time. So maybe it helps actually. But let's see how this works out. My opponent went for some Mustangs in the middle and on the right. So a couple of Mustangs here to deal with my wasps, I guess. And also to help with my phoenixes. My melting points spawning crawlers, but I barely see them. I feel like they pretty much die right away. And my melting points get stuck on my opponent's crawlers in the middle, helping taking out some tanks at least. On the right, stuck on the wasps and on the mustangs. So this is basically a throw at this point. I knew it wouldn't be good, but yeah, I'm losing so hard now. My opponent went for the mustangs to counter what I had, and I went and made my position worse, basically, by picking up the melting points. So I'm down to 879 health now. Pretty close. We are both pretty low, so this could be the last turn. Upgrading the ARCLIGHT on the left because there were level 2 crawlers coming in and they were really annoying, so I need the damage on that ARCLIGHT. I don't necessarily upgrade my ARCLIGHTs when I use them like this, but if my opponent decides to upgrade their crawlers, then I kind of have to. And I'm getting some more Stormcallers, and I'm getting the fire upgrade, because there are a lot of crawlers, and now there are also Mustangs, and also some delayed fangs on the right as well. So a lot of stuff that can die to fire. And I'm picking up anti-missile devices, because last match I got heavy overlord and I spammed overlords, and my opponent just went anti-missile devices and completely negated my overlords. And that was so annoying. I feel like anti-missile devices need a change somehow. It's pretty stupid. Anyways, I put down some anti-missile devices. Well, my opponent also has some Stormcallers, but mainly I'm using them for the overlords. And also on the melting points, I picked up the EMP missiles, so the electro missiles, to disable tech and to slow my enemies. So if they hit the tanks, it's good because they will be slow and they will not have mag rage. And if they hit the overlords, it will disable the wasp spawn. So it can be really good here actually. And here we go. Some fire on the ground landing. My opponent also went for some anti-missile devices, but not enough to stop all those Stormcallers because I built more. And on the left, actually not enough distraction anymore, so my melting point can lock on to the overlords. And on the right as well, the fire really doing work. And disabled tech definitely also helped. And I still have 3 melting points alive. One is almost dead. However, my opponent decides to surrender here. Even if that one melting point would have died, I still had enough damage to kill them. And yeah, mass-produced melting points with crawler spawn and the EMP missile. Maybe not bad. I'm not sure. This match was not the match for it, but it could be good. You can just spam them, kind of, for 300, and they spawn crawlers and they shoot the electromagnetic missiles to disable tech. Neither of the two abilities get influenced by the melting point having less health and everything, so it can be actually pretty good, I think. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.